home run away from Roland. Trying to get back to first Edmonds. He's doubled off and the inning is over. Andy Chavez saved the day. Anthony for three. Bang! That one goes down and the game is tied. Bing bong. Anthony for three. Puts it in. Knicks by one with 8.2 remaining. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
They kick the Giants to the Super Bowl. Snap is good. Kick on its way. Endo Brandon that have the distance. It is good. Lawrence Tynes has kicked the Giants to the Super Bowl.
The Giants have won the Super Bowl. Can't wait.
When it comes to talking sports, they're the authority. It's Bob Walters and Brett Grasso. It's Locked Up Sports, and it starts now.
Bring them out, hey. Bring them out, bring them out, yo. Bring them out, hey. Bring them out.
Here we go. Bob Walters, Sara Walters from the Brian Gunzel Studios in Atlantic City. This is Locked Up Sports. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am here with my wife, Sara Walters. Sara, welcome to the show, babe.
Why, thank you. Thanks for having me.
I didn't have much of a choice to have her or not. Big show on deck for you here today. We are live. We are on vacation. We didn't forget the show. Even though we are on vacation, we're still doing the show. The show must go on. Brett, gone fishing somewhere, I believe. He's not here. So my lovely wife agreed to step in. She's going to make some football picks. I suggest listening to her football picks and not mine. But first, we got the World Series. Game number 6 tonight in Houston. Game 6 is always where things happen. Game 6s are always crazy. I think Game 6s are sometimes more crazier than Game 7s, although you could probably go back and forth with that. But since we last spoke to you, we spoke to you before the World Series started, and we also got Kyrie going on. We got Jets and Giants. It's going to be a relatively quick show because we got stuff to do. We're on vacation. We want to get out there. It's like 70 degrees, and the boardwalk is, full of booze. So we're ready to get out there and start drinking. Game 6 of the World Series tonight. Babe, have you watched any of the World Series at all?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Okay. All right.
I leave the boring baseball to you.
Okay. Okay. Glad I spent all that money on the playoff tickets for the Mets for you. But okay. So game number 3, we went back to Philly. It was 1-1. Philly out of nowhere, 7 home runs. 7-0 win, 5 home runs. An offensive explosion like the World Series had never seen. They tied the record for 5 home runs. It looked like it might just be the Phillies' year. And then the old saying is you're only as good as your next day's starting pitcher. And it was never more true than it was in this series, as the Phillies the very next night after hitting 5 home runs got no hit. A combined no-hitter. Christian Javier was the starter. He pitched great. He's a rookie. He's a big-time pitcher. He pitched 6 innings, no-hit ball. They completed it. It really is not as big a deal as you'd think it would be when you hear no-hitter in the World Series because it was a combined no-hitter. Combined no-hitter, that's all we're going to have now going forward is these combined no-hitters. I know you had said you didn't even think it was a big deal, right?
I mean, kind of a big deal. I mean, you figure you get to the World Series, you're going to hit some balls.
Yeah.
You're one of the best teams in the country, and to get shut out,
to get no hit.
Yeah.
No, but no hitter in the World Series. Like there had only been 2 other postseason no hitters. One was Don Lawson, perfect game. You've probably seen it with Yogi Berra jumping into his arms. That's the famous shot. Mm-hmm. And then Roy Halladay pitched a no hitter, but it was not in the World Series. I believe it was in the divisional round, the wild card round, and he later died in a plane crash.
No.
Roy Halladay, a Hall of Famer, great pitcher. He went into the Hall of Fame. His wife made the Hall of Fame speech, died in a plane crash. That terrible thing. And so tonight we got game number 6 because in game 5, again, the Phillies needed to win game 5. I think they needed to go back to Houston up 3-2. They're not. They lost game 5. It was a tight game. It was 3-2 was the final. The Phillies had their chance in the 8th inning. They had their chance. They got a run back in the 8th. They had the tying run. They needed a hit with 2 outs. They couldn't get the big 2-out hit. And so we go on to Game 6 in Houston tonight. First pitch, 8:03. Zach Wheeler and Framber Valdez, who is just been lighting it up really well this postseason. Game 2 he pitched, and Twitter was all abuzz about him doctoring the baseball. Listen, I don't think he did. I think that he just tied up the Phillies real well. And for the Phillies, with the season on the line, our old friend Zach Wheeler is the pitcher tonight. He is the Phillies ace. So, they're going to go down. They're going to go down with their best. So, game number 6 tonight what do you think what's your favorite game 6 moment ever in baseball?
Really?
Yeah. Because mine's not Buckner.
I don't think I really have one. Like,
Buckner, right?
I don't really. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't ever pay attention to what game is
okay.
what.
Okay.
I don't follow
my
baseball
favorite, the best
like that,
game 6 ever was the Cardinals with Freeze getting the home run. They were down twice, down to the last strike, down 2 runs twice in Game 6. Came back, won Game 7. It was the Joe Buck. We'll see you tomorrow night. Called just like his father had. That is the best Game 6 that I've ever seen. And like my shirt says, I don't get drunk, I get awesome. So
I debate that.
Okay, so we got Game 6 tonight. Like we said, we are in Philly country here. There's nothing but Phillies shirts, hats. The sports books are going crazy here in Atlantic City for every game. I haven't won much anything yet. As far as the gambling goes, I've been drinking. I've drank all weekend, all week. But I think she's won the gambling thing. And before we get on, you had wanted to tell a gambling. There was an embarrassing gambling story about me, people. Embarrassing. And I agreed to let her tell it. So here it comes. Go ahead.
So Bob actually won. I forget, you were playing roulette or you were playing something, and he won like $200. So he did a ticket for $295. He sticks it in the roulette machine. I'm sitting there playing next to him, and he managed to accidentally bet the entire $294 on one spin of the roulette wheel.
Imagine it hit.
But it didn't.
It didn't hit. I was so mad. I lost $300.
He was beside himself. He thought I was gonna kill him. It was basically found money. He won most of that, but it would have been nice to have had that. But I was actually a pretty big winner yesterday.
$900 in the slot machines. $900, people, coming through. This is why I married her.
Bob, you make fun of me and my penny slot machines, but for $1.88, I walked away with $922.
And I actually won the $300 that I lost on the roulette wheel, on the electronic roulette. I won it on the slot machine like an hour before. So I don't play slot machines. I don't like the slot machines. But I figured I'd let you tell that story. That's really what she wanted to come on here for, just to tell the story.
Oh,
I still love you. I still love you. But so that's our World Series preview for tonight. Let's hope it can go to Game 7. I don't think it will. I think Houston wins tonight. I think Houston is the better team. I think the Phillies are just riding a hot streak. They got, you're gonna need a big game from Harper. You're gonna need Wheeler to pitch the game of his life here. And then maybe you get it to Game 7, and anything can happen in Game 7. So I'll be rooting, I guess, for a Game 7. I'm not, I hate the Phillies, but they're a good story. Two of their, you got Wheeler pitching tonight. I'm not a big Wheeler guy, but I don't blame him for leaving. Syndergaard I don't like. Syndergaard I blame for leaving. So, but as far as Wheeler goes, it is what it is. So that's the World Series preview. Tonight, Game 6. Tomorrow, if necessary, Game 7, 8:03 your first pitch on Fox. Next, we had a big week with the New Jersey Nets, as we'll now delve into some basketball for the first time this year. Now, the Nets, they fired Steve Nash the other day. It hasn't been working. The Nets are a complete disaster. For the first time in a long time, the Knicks are not the biggest disaster in the city. It is the Brooklyn Nets. And they fired Nash, who, it's probably best for him that he got fired, because they called it a mutual parting of the ways, but that's not a mutual parting of the ways. He got fired. They basically told him, resign or get fired. We'll paint it up and make it look good.
I mean, who would choose to lose their job?
Well, I mean, if you have millions of dollars, you might want to. But Nash he's not the coach anyway. The coaches in the NBA really don't do much. The players run the league. The players decide when they get fired, who gets hired. And with Durant and Kyrie is another one we're going to get to in a second. They ran the team. They ran the team completely. So we'll see what goes on there. Now with Kyrie came out and he posted on Twitter something about this anti-Semitic movie that's going on.
It's on Prime Video.
On Prime Video, or is it on Netflix?
It's on Prime.
On Prime Video. So it's an anti-Semitic documentary on Prime Video. Kanye West tweeted about it. He lost everything. So what did Kyrie do? He saw that Kanye West tweeted about it and lost everything 2 days earlier. He decided it would be a good idea to tweet it out. And I've been saying forever, Kyrie is a lunatic. He's a weirdo. He should be off this team. He ended up getting suspended because he went a week without apologizing. They gave him a chance. Apologize. And he didn't apologize. So, there you go. So what do you think? I know you had some thoughts on that. I'll let you run with this.
Well, I mean, he didn't play almost all of last season. He wasn't allowed to play in New York at all. He wasn't allowed to play in quite a few other places.
Yeah, he's stealing money.
Because he wouldn't get vaccinated. And whether you want to get vaccinated or not, he doesn't want to put chemicals in his body, whatever. That's neither here nor there. They didn't extend his contract this year because of that. So this is his last year.
This is last year. He'll never play another game.
They should dump him. Absolutely. But he doesn't. You were telling me that one of the last games he played, he didn't score a single point.
He didn't have a point going into the fourth quarter. He's not really, listen, and you can be in on these social issues, but you still got to go to work. Everybody that marches in the Black Lives Matter thing, listen, I'm for Black Lives Matter. I'm for all that. I'm a Democrat. So I still go to work. People still got to go to work. He doesn't go to work over this stuff. Now, the vaccine is a whole nother thing. Listen, he's an idiot too for not taking, because he's not a doctor. He's an idiot for not taking the vaccine. But that's, like you said, that's a whole nother thing. He needs to go. He can't be on this team. This is a failed experiment. It's one of the biggest failures in sports history, putting this team together. You got Ben Simmons, who can't play defense anymore. He was one of the better defenders in the league. You got Durant, who just keeps quiet. He's supposed to be the leader of the team. He doesn't speak up about anything because he's Kyrie's best friend. You got Kyrie, who's a lunatic, not taking vaccines, missing stealing. He's been stealing money now for 2 years from this team. He's got to go. Nash is out. That the coaching change is not going to make a difference. I know they want to bring in the guy, which I don't know if you even know this, but you'll have heard this. You know the guy from Boston, the coach that got suspended because he was inappropriate. He was having an affair with somebody in the organization.
They want to hire him here.
They want to hire him as the Nets coach. They're looking into that, and that's just. Just where you can bring one disaster into another. It's like a hurricane and a tornado all at once.
It's like you shoot yourself in the foot over and over.
He is a good coach. He's one of the better coaches in the league. So, but listen, nothing's going to fix this because Kyrie and Durant, they don't have coaches. Yeah, Kyrie's a lunatic. I've been saying this for however long we've been doing this show. I've been saying Kyrie's a lunatic. Not taking the vaccine, the Black Lives Matter thing, fine. You want to get in on that, that's fine. But you can't not play basketball. You're getting paid $30-40 million this year just to play basketball.
He actually said a few years ago that he wasn't sure if the earth was round or flat.
Well, I mean, is anybody really sure?
I have nothing to say about that.
Looking out the window here, it looks flat to me.
Like what? Oh, shut up. I have no words for that. Like, just to sound so unintelligent. You have this huge platform because you're famous and you can actually make change. You can actually do something good, and you promote a documentary that
maybe he's anti-Semitic. Maybe he's just anti-Semitic.
That denies the Holocaust. Well, he was given multiple opportunities to say that he wasn't. He flat out he was asked.
He did come out and apologize yesterday. Which listen, dead wrong. You can't come out. It's too late. Yeah, too late. Like, you have 2 days to apologize, then that's it.
He's like a kid that got grounded and decided, oh, I'm punished now. Now I'm going to say sorry, and maybe I won't be in so much trouble.
Yes,
come on now.
Yeah, listen, he's done. He'll never play another game for the Nets. I'd be shocked if he ever plays another game for the Nets. He'll play again. Somebody will pick him up because he's good. But at this point, he's like Russell Westbrook good.